Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
Shikamoo, mimi ni King. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Ninajifunza Kiswahili kidogo kidogo. My name is King. It is nice to meet you. I am learning Kiswahili little by little. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak about the Russian African Summit and tell you guys what is the big significance of this summit of more than, I think, 17 countries, leaders of heads of states went to Russia. What were they doing there? What were they speaking about? For you, some of you, you don't even know that this happened, but this is what I'm here to report to you guys. Russia has got a strong hold in Africa. Russia's hold in Africa is stronger than China, I'm assuming. I see Russia taking over the world if we are not careful, and taking over Africa in particular. Russia managed to invite most of the African countries to come to Russia. The reason why they did that is because South Africa cowardly declined Putin, the president, to come to the BRICS summit in South Africa in August. So Putin, seeing that he can't come to Russia, he decided, no, listen, I'm going to call the African countries to Russia. He invited about 30 something, and then 17 came. You know, some presidents, head of state, and some very important political parliamentarians from our respective countries, Burkina Faso, Zambia. The big countries were there: Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Congo. The big countries, the who's of Africa was there. Why is it that we Africans must unite when we are called by a white master? Why is it? What is it that we need from Russia? Listen, I understand what is going on. Russia is donating grain, and Russia was accused of stopping some grain from flowing from the Ukraine to Africa. And Russia president said, listen, for the next 4 months, I'll donate grain freely to the countries that need it. Zimbabwe, I think the DRC, and in Central Africa, somewhere there. He said, I'm going to donate free grain as much as you need for the next 4 months. Why is Russia doing this? Russia wants to have a big foothold. Russia needs the backing of Africa to win the Ukraine war. Why? Because of sanctions. If Russia can still trade, import and export to Africa and not to the rest of the world, Russia is happy. This donation thing is there to make us feel as if we need Russia. We don't. In Africa, we don't need any other. We don't need China. We don't need India. We don't need Brazil. Africans need Africans. And I told you guys about one Africa, one language. Look at our presidents, head of state. When they go to Russia, they speak in English. I told you I don't like this language. But the Russian president, he knows English, but he chooses not to speak in English. Do I even have clips? Not sure if I can play clips, but you guys go and investigate what I'm talking about. I'll see if I can slot in a clip somewhere here.
To the Ukraine peace plan proposed by some leaders last month. Let's take, for example, the initiative of a number of African states to resolve the Ukrainian crisis. This is an acute problem, and we're not evading its consideration. We respect your initiatives, and we're examining them carefully.
With the Wagner Group's future left uncertain, President Putin expressed an interest in maintaining a security presence in Africa, saying Russia would supply free arms to some states to enhance military cooperation on the continent and develop links with law enforcement.
We're interested in close cooperation with the law enforcement agencies and special services of African countries. We plan to continue training African law enforcement and military units in Russia's specialized learning facilities.
Many African countries rely heavily on Russian and Ukrainian grain imports and expressed their concerns that Moscow withdrew from the Black Sea grain deal.
In the case of grain, which is integral to African diets, we are now facing shortages, and it is having a real impact on the daily lives of the population.
Putin also reassured that Russia would send free shipments to those nations most in need.
The Russian president does not speak in English. He knows English. He knows English very well, but he's refusing to bow down to the master of the British, the crown of the British. And I respect it so much. Our presidents went to Russia to go and kick ass and buy face. Zimbabwe even got a free helicopter. I thought Mnangagwa went there with a helicopter. Kanti, this helicopter was donated to him by the Russian president. Why? Because of the gold that is in Zimbabwe. Russia wants that helicopter to carry gold every week and take it to Russia. There is nothing, ladies and gentlemen, that we are gaining from Russia. They are gaining from us. They are actually our consumer and we are the boss, but we are acting as if we are the consumer and the beggar. That is why African leaders must wake up and see what is going on. The African Union needs to rise up as a dominant force in the world. And the president of the African Union must be respected as if he's the president of the whole of Africa. The United States of Africa needs to rise up. One currency, one army, one land, one people, and one language. So I just wanted to do a quick recap about that. Very fascinating story. Just take it out of the way. And you guys tell me what you think about this Russia-African Summit. One country summiting the whole of Africa to come to Russia. As if Russia is a continent, but Russia is a country. But it can call the heads of states of Africa. Because actually, China, Russia, and India, and Brazil don't see Africa as a continent. They see it as one country with many leaders. If the sooner we as Africans wake up to that fact, the better. It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Emale Nengi Nengi. Please consider to subscribe. I need to hit that 5,000 subscribers before the end of this month, which is, I think, 2 days left. Guys, until next time, please don't forget to pray and just know your boy King salutes you.
At White Knot Technologies, we specialize in bags, embroidery, branded wear, and screen printing. We provide the finest quality for affordable price and fast turnaround time. We make sure you'll be satisfied with your order. Visit us at 18 Fisher Avenue, Epping.
Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, leave your thoughts on the comment section and hit the like and subscribe button, and we will meet on the next one.